Welcome to the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast, where it's all about you, Mama. I am your host, Sheila. I am here to help the busy, overwhelmed mom reclaim her sanity, balance motherhood, her self care, and to unapologetically grow. I am so happy you are here and hope you plan to stay a while. Kick your feet up, sit back, relax, so we can focus on you. Let's go, cool mama. Hey, cool mamas, welcome back to the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast. I am your host, Sheila. I hope that you are doing well and feeling good from the inside out today. I'm super excited for today's episode because I have an amazing guest that is joining me. My guest today is my sister in Christ, the amazing Christian Price. Christian is a wife, mother of two, an educator, and a fitness and wellness enthusiast. I've known Christian for a few years now, and a few of the many things I love about her is her love for Christ, her authenticity, her encouraging nature, and her high level of discipline. I love it. And when I thought about who I would bring on for Self-Care Awareness Month and helping moms to prioritize taking care of their bodies, her face popped up in my head immediately. So I'm so excited for all of the encouragement and wisdom that Christian is going to share with us today. Welcome to the podcast, Christian.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes. Christian listens to the podcast, so you already know what it is. We're gonna get straight into the Cool Mama check-in. You're already part of the KYC community, and so I'm super excited to have you here to do a Cool Mama check-in. And if you don't know, the Cool Mama check-in is a moment set aside for us as moms just to check in with ourselves and to make sure that we are making our mental health, our emotional health a top priority. Just checking in with yourself to see how you're doing because you matter. So for me, I'll start and then Christian, you can go.
Okay.
Okay, so today I'm just happy it's Friday. I'm really happy it's Friday. It's been a pretty hectic week. One of my sons started school this week. Another one starts next week, and my youngest starts the week after. So I love how they're staggered. So I could just get a little bit of just a breath of fresh air before they all go back.
Right.
But it was just, getting my middle son prepared for school to start this week. And I actually ended one of my classes one of my summer classes. Let's see, I think it was Sunday was the last day. And so I ended that class well, got an A in that class. So I'm like, woohoo. Yes. One more down. So I did 3 this summer. So I feel overwhelmed, but optimistic at the same time and tired, all of the things. But overall, I'm happy it's Friday and excited for the weekend to, hopefully get a little rest and relaxation. So how are you today?
I feel like I'm finally coming out of overwhelm. So
that's good.
I've been in grad school since January 2023.
Oh, yeah.
And so working full time, being a mom, wife, full-time grad student. I feel like I've been in the trenches, barely treading water. And I literally have 1 week left and I will be finished.
Yay!
August 25th is the last day. So I can I see the light is there. I can almost touch it. So I finally feel like I'm coming out of that overwhelm because I haven't made my self-care, mental health a number 1 priority throughout this season. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that intentionally. So
yeah. Oh, I'm so proud of you. That is so awesome. Yes, the whole dynamic of being a mom and a wife and a full-time employee and school is it's like, how am I doing this? And you're doing well in school too, right? Because you're a scholar. So of course, I know you you got the good grades as well. And it takes work to keep that
It
up.
does. It really does.
A lot of work. And it's just, motherhood in it of itself on top of being a wife takes
Mhm.
a lot of mental what is mental strength, mental whatever,
Yeah.
physically,
Just like
mentally.
energy.
Yes, all of the things. So to know that you are at the finish line
Mhm.
is a huge accomplishment. So
It
I hope
is.
you are super proud of yourself because
I'm
that's,
so proud of myself. I really am.
gosh, that is so good. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what's next for you.
Mhm.
So yes, good job, girl. Proud of
Thank
you
you.
for sure. So Christian, before we get into all things fitness and wellness, can you just please share a little bit about yourself, your family, your kids, as far as how
Mhm.
many kids you have and everything,
Okay.
and who you are outside of being a mom and a wife, like who is Christian?
Okay. All right. So I'm originally from a super small town. It's called Nicholasville, Kentucky. I'm actually here right now, which is funny.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah. And then, so I moved to Cleveland in the summer of 2015. So it's been almost 10 years since I've been there. Went to Cleveland because I did a program called Teach for America. And it's a 2-year commitment. My plan was to fulfill my 2-year commitment, move back to my hometown and teach in the county that I grew up in. Um, right before my second year is when I met my husband, and we quickly fell in love. And I was like, well, guess I'm not going anywhere. So we got married in 2018. And then we have 2 boys, Thomas, who is 4, and Aaron, who is 2. They are both like the best things in the world and like super rambunctious and intelligent, and like they're fighting all the time one minute and then hugging on each other the next minute. Like
I love it.
it's a challenging phase right now, but it's also a really fun,
Mhm.
really, really fun stage. So I love it.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I am an educator. Like I said, I'm a teacher. I work in special education as an intervention specialist. I've done that. This is my 10th year right now. I've done all 10 years in high school setting. This year, I support ninth grade English and then an 11th, 12th grade like math support class.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Outside of that,
Mhm.
I love music. I play the clarinet. I've played the clarinet since 6th grade.
I didn't know that.
I used to play for my church before I had Thomas, and then just like since then, I can't commit to it, so I haven't done that anymore. Um, I do poetry and spoken word. I love performing spoken word.
Super talented in that, I've heard
Mhm.
you. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and then I mean, the reason I'm on this podcast today is I love fitness and wellness, and that's been like my newfound love since having my children.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh, I did not know you play the clarinet. That just
Yeah.
adds to your amazingness. Oh my God. I love that. Yes. I'm so happy you moved to Cleveland though. We never would have met if you didn't
Exactly, I
move to
know.
Cleveland.
Yes.
So yes, I love that. And you are extremely disciplined, okay? And you are extremely disciplined in working out that I've noticed.
Mhm.
And you do that consistently. And I admire that. Like I said, it's one of the things that I admire about you. Have you always been disciplined in working out? And if not, what was the turning point for you? And like, what was that one thing or things that
Mhm.
keeps you going even when you don't feel like it?
Yeah. So, I definitely have not always been disciplined with that. Like, I would try, like, bad diets, like, let me not eat carbs, and that lasts for, like, all of 3 weeks, and
Mhm.
then back to the same old, and, like, I had, Planet Fitness membership, and all it was the membership because I was not going. When I first got it, I did like, me and my husband would go pretty consistently, and then
Mhm.
both of us just slowly fell off and ended up canceling that during the pandemic. So when Thomas was born, which was April of 2020, everything was shut down. And I was looking to just like try to start a routine, lose some of the baby weight.
Mhm.
one of my really good friends had just signed up with Beachbody, and she was like, I have a really amazing coach and I'm loving this platform. I really think that you would love it too. And I
Mhm.
had done Beachbody in 2016, but I did not like once I reached the goals that I wanted to reach, I just kind of stopped. Like I didn't really stick to it. And I was like, I knew that I loved it then. So it's definitely something I was already familiar with. I was like,
Mhm.
you know what, I'll do it. And honestly, it was the being in an accountability group that was the game changer for me because
Mm.
all of us were holding one another accountable and
Mhm.
encouraging one another. And I knew that they were looking for my sweaty selfie or me saying, like, hey, I did this workout this day, the same thing, me for them. So just that extra
Mhm.
accountability and just a group of ladies all with the same like mindset and the goals and just wanting to encourage each other was the game changer for me. And then within that, I realized that it was no longer even about like showing up for them. It ended up being showing up for myself and showing up for my
Mhm.
children
Yeah.
because I wanted to be able to like play with them and run with them and like not just be sitting on the bench while they're playing at the park. Like I want to be able to be
Mhm.
active with them and like they are definitely my why. And like the days when I'm too tired, I show up for them. And also like that time that I get to myself pours into my cup and then I'm able to be a better wife and a better mother because I've poured into me.
Yes. Ugh, so true. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I love that. Yeah, the 2 toddler thing,
Hmm.
yeah, you gotta have the energy for that for sure. Cause
Yes.
my
It's
2
rough.
oldest, yeah, it is. My 2 oldest are, I think, are they 16 months apart? 15 or 16 months apart. So
Hmm.
one was just finished breastfeeding when the other one came in. So like
Oh my goodness.
that's how close they are. And
Yeah.
so I was like constantly like running after one, like, no, don't do that.
Mhm.
No, get out
Yeah.
of that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I understand. Like, and that's a good why. Using your children as a why and not using your children as a way to not do things like, oh,
Right.
I have the kids, like I
Mhm.
can't do that. I can't find the time. But knowing that you use them as your why to find the time is amazing.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that us as moms have to think about when we're thinking about taking care of ourselves is like you said, like when you're pouring into you, you're pouring into them. And
Mhm.
so when you think about that, it makes the concept of taking care of yourself a whole lot easier of a concept to grasp instead of
Right.
thinking, I just don't have the time because I
Mhm.
have children. So I love that. So can we talk about mindset and how it connects to consistency and success when it comes to maintaining a healthy lifestyle? Like, what do you
Yeah.
think about that?
Um, that's definitely a newer concept for me.
Mm,
And in becoming more disciplined with my fitness, I think that my mindset definitely shifted.
mhm,
I think originally it was just about like losing the weight and trying to like be fit, but now it's more so like having the mindset of what I do today is impacting who I am tomorrow. And if
mm,
I'm not putting in the work to take care of me now, in 5 years, in 10 years, my body is going to feel that. So it's not, for me, it's not a punishment. I'm not working out to compensate something that I ate
mm,
earlier in the day. I'm working out
mhm,
so that I can be strong, so that my heart can be healthy, you know? So it's like
yeah,
just knowing your reasoning and looking like having a positive mindset and not trying to punish yourself, but you're doing everything in order to reward your body because your body deserves for you to do that.
mhm. I love that. I fall in and out of, this.
Mhm.
Christian knows this about me. I fall I fall in and out of working out like crazy. And I think one of the things that I'm missing, even though I know these things as far as no, like it's not just about the losing the weight. And it's not
Mhm.
just about, like those things that will fade. It's about, you know, like what you just said, like the longevity of it. And
Mhm.
I think one of the things that I'm missing is reminding myself of that because I think the last thing you want is to find out that you have an illness and you could have done something about it by keeping
Yes.
healthy, like
Mhm.
diabetes or high blood pressure and things of that nature. And just loving yourself enough to do what you got to do to make
Mhm.
sure that you are here for a long time, and that well, as long as the Lord allows, but just while you're here, like taking
Mm.
care of the body
Yes.
that he has given us. And I fell at that.
Mhm.
I fell at that, and I think it's good to at least acknowledge
Oh, for
that
sure.
that is a thing, because you already know. Because 'cause I'm like, "Christian, I gotta get that, like, I gotta get myself together, like, let's,"
Mhm.
and she's been very, helpful in helping me get back, and I'm getting there. But yeah, I think we really do have to think of the longevity, because it's not just about us, it's about our children as well.
Mhm.
And moving our bodies is so important. And one of the episodes that I just put out, that just came out yesterday, actually, and talking about how moving your body is one of those things that is an energy booster for moms. So I think, like, if we
Mhm.
think of ways that we enjoy it, like you said, like, it's not a punishment, like
Yeah.
this is for a reason.
Mhm.
And if you think of things like in the mindset of it, like, why am I doing this outside of the body thing? Like, it's, like you said, the oh, I lost my train of thought, but you know what I mean.
Mhm.
It's really important to have those concepts mentally, to grasp on to the why outside of just those tangible things that you can see.
Mhm.
So yeah, I agree.
And I wanna add, with that, like, it's important to find something that you enjoy. Like,
Yes.
it's not about doing the, like, super intense workouts and burning all of these calories. Like you said, it's about moving your body, and movement is movement. For some people, that's running. Like, I will never be a runner, and I know that that's not my thing, so I'm not about to, like, torture myself in that way. But, like, some
Yeah.
people love dancing, and, like, there's like Zumba and like
Yeah.
like cardio dancing, and like if you find something that you truly love, it no longer becomes a chore. It's something that you look forward to doing.
Mhm. I love that, because dancing is actually one of my favorite
Mhm.
forms of exercise. And I think for me, I'll sometimes, even though I know I'm burning calories, like, I'll think like, oh, I'm not working hard enough, so it's not doing anything. But like
Yeah.
knowing that it's actually doing something, and it's like,
Yes.
because I think there's this negative mindset that a lot of us have about exercise, like it has to look a certain way,
Mhm.
or it has to hurt really bad in order
Yeah.
for it to be working, and that's not
Right.
necessarily the case.
No.
So yeah, that's a good point. Finding something that you enjoy and just being open to different things, like maybe
Yes.
something that you haven't done before.
Mhm.
Dancing is definitely one of my favorites. I haven't done Zumba in a long time.
Yeah.
I love Zumba.
I
It's
love
hard to
Zumba
keep up
too.
sometimes
I
though.
did it recently for the first time in so many years, and it was like it was so much fun.
I
I loved
know.
it.
I'm so uncoordinated though. It takes me a minute. Like, I know how to
Mhm.
dance,
Yeah.
but I don't know how to dance, if that
I know
makes
exactly what you mean.
like, if I'm by myself and I'm not doing a routine,
Yeah.
I got it, but you
You
get
kinda
a
follow some
routine,
choreography, it's a different story.
awful. It's like the same thing with, step
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, awful. Like, you're going this way, I'm going that way, because for some reason in my head, I thought I was going the right way, and it's
Yeah,
just,
and this wasn't the case.
oh my gosh.
That's something that I have not tried. I've seen videos and I'm like, "That's some serious cardio right
Oh my
there."
gosh. I'm like, give me the beginners. Like, the beginner one, it's easy for me to catch up. But I remember one time I went to this step class with my friend. And I'm like, I thought this was beginners. Like,
Mhm.
I was 5 seconds away from just going over and sitting in a corner and watching
Yeah.
everybody do their thing. I'm like, this is insane. And a lot of the people who do step, they catch on like that. And
Mhm.
it takes me way too long to catch
Yeah.
on. So give me the beginner one, or I'll do it in my living room by myself and I'll
Right,
figure it
nobody's
out.
watching.
Yes. Don't put me in a group. Oh my gosh, it does not look pretty at all. So, let's talk about making things simple and effective. So, because, as moms, like our time is super limited and, we try to make the best of it. So can you just share a few of your favorite tips to help moms make fitness simple and
Mhm.
effective?
So I feel like this is like an advertisement for Beachbody, but
Really?
I
I
I
love
love the platform because it takes away all of the guesswork.
I
Um,
agree.
like you can literally search for the type of workout you're wanting to do. Like if you want
Mm,
to focus on your upper body, you want to do cardio, whatever, you can just search and there's like a plethora of options. And for me, I work out like early in the morning because if I don't do it first thing in the morning, it's not going to happen.
Oh, it's the same for me.
So if I'm not doing a program and I'm just like doing kind of random stuff here and there, I
Oh
make sure that I choose the workout I'm going to do the night before
my
so
gosh.
that
Mm,
it's not taking away the limited time that I have in the morning.
mhm,
I also set out my workout clothes ahead of time. I fill up my water bottle the night before so that everything's just like already prepped. So when I wake up, it's just a matter of getting changed, going downstairs and press and play. So make it just like as moms, we like if we have kids that are in school, we'll make sure all the clothes and stuff are set out the night before so that
mhm,
we're not doing that the next day. So
mhm,
I treat it the exact same way. I know that it would be all the excuses in the world if I didn't have everything set up or, one thing after another is going to keep me from getting it done. So the fact that everything is already done just makes it way more simple the next morning.
That is, and it's one of those things that I have found to be true for myself as well. Like when I plan ahead and it just helps you to just like you said, just take all of the extras out and then like I could just get up and
Mhm.
just go. One thing about Christian is every morning Imma get that notification that Christian worked out, and I'm like, "Yes." No, because that really honestly, if I'm being completely honest, Christian, it is one of those things that motivates me. Even if I'm
Mhm.
too sleepy to say, "Go, girl,"
Yeah.
just know I'm like, "Yes," like, in the
Mhm.
background because it is, like, literally every morning like clockwork, Christian is working out.
Yeah.
So I know I could tell that you have systems put in place to make sure that you're set up for success the next day. And it's become like just part of your lifestyle. And it's like, no,
Mhm.
this is what I gotta do at the end of the night. Do you make sure that you go to bed at a good time so that you can have the energy to get up or no? Because I'm bad at
I
that.
wanna say yes. But, like, back to being in grad school, like,
Mm,
after the kids go to bed is when I've been doing my homework.
yeah.
So, sometimes that's not getting to bed until, like, 11 o'clock. Sometimes that's realizing, like, my body really needs to rest, and I'm just gonna have to
Mm,
do this another day and go to sleep. So,
mhm,
prior to being in grad school, I definitely made sure I was getting at least 7 hours of sleep. And
mhm,
now I'm like, if I could get a good 5.5, I'll be able to function,
mhm.
but it's probably not truly the healthiest decision.
Listen, I get it. I
Yeah.
I totally understand, but that makes it even more amazing that you're being consistent. The fact that you're not like, because you saw, earlier this week, Monday, I was like, "I got this." I have my
Mhm.
stuff laid out and everything.
Yes, I got that notification.
Listen, and I went to bed late that night before, but I was like, "No, like, I'm setting my intentions for the week ahead."
Mhm.
Next day comes, I was supposed to go to sleep early to make sure that I
Yeah.
could get up the next day because 'cause I'm like, if I
Mhm.
do it 2 days in a row, the way I did it the night before, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I was doing I think was it homework that I can't remember what I was doing that had me up late. No, because the class ended on Sunday, and then on Monday, the next night, so that I could be prepared for Tuesday, I
Mhm.
went to bed a little later than I was supposed to. Somehow, some way, I slept straight through, my early alarm clock that
Mhm.
that was supposed to wake me up to do what
Right.
I was supposed to do. So I am amazed that even though you're not getting enough sleep, that you're still getting up on
So
time.
speaking of alarm clocks, that's something else I do. I think I have like 4 alarms set starting.
Mm.
It starts about 20 minutes before I truly need to get up to be able to get my workout in, and
Mhm.
then it's going off every 10 minutes. So,
There you
most of the
go.
time, I'm not waking up until that last alarm.
Okay, but
Yeah.
okay, I love that. That's a good tip. That is a very good tip. Okay, I'm doing that.
Because it's difficult. Like, I'm the type of person who honestly needs, like, 8, 9 hours of sleep.
Yeah, same.
So, the fact that I'm not getting that, it's not easy to wake up. Like, it's really
Yeah.
not. And I used to be the type of person who only needed 1 alarm, and I'm, like, up out of the bed, but I've
Mhm.
realized that I need multiple alarms now or it's not happening.
Okay, that's a good tip, and that's good self-awareness too. Like, okay, it used to work like this before, but
Mhm.
I need to do something different to make
Yeah.
sure that I'm still meeting these goals or still setting meeting the intention that I
Mhm.
have for myself. So in order to do that, I need to set these multiple alarms. I'm going to do that. Thank you, Christian, and I
Yeah,
hope that helps
let me
somebody
know if it
else.
helps.
Yes, for sure. I'm doing that
Okay.
because it was just one alarm and I was snoozing
Mhm.
that one alarm.
Yeah.
And those multiple alarms will irritate me. It's like, okay, I'm up.
Mhm.
I'm up. Okay, I'm gonna do that for sure. So we know that wellness is not just about exercise. It's
Right.
also about, eating
Mhm.
healthy. What are some simple ways that you can like are there like some tips or anything that you can share for incorporating healthy eating into a busy
Mhm.
lifestyle?
Um, I'm definitely a big proponent of meal prepping or meal planning.
Okay.
My current season is more meal planning because I don't have the energy to prep.
Mm.
But
I understand.
knowing what you're going to eat
Mhm.
makes a difference and making sure you have those healthy options available for you.
Yeah.
It's when it's not at home and you're like, I have to go to the store to get dinner that you eventually say, well, I'm gonna just get fast food because I'm tired. So I make sure I have the things that are gonna fuel my body like in the house, whether that's having a bunch of grilled chicken and like some salad mix so that I can throw together a quick salad, or just having like fresh produce on hand and
Mhm.
healthier options just so that it's available.
Yeah.
I like to definitely pack my lunch the night before, so that I'm not buying lunch at work.
Mhm.
And then for breakfast, I do protein shakes. So I drink
Mhm.
Shakeology, and so I just put vegetables and fruits in there so that I'm getting like my first meal of the day is probably my healthiest meal.
Yeah.
Um, so fueling my body first thing in the morning. Already had my lunch prep, so that's good. Dinner is something that's still a work in progress for me, honestly, but
Okay.
definitely meal planning or meal prepping.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna well, 2 things. The Shakeology, I tried that for the first time since because I think the last time I had Shakeology was like I think it was before my youngest son was born, I think.
Okay.
And I had it because I signed up, um, and I still need to join your accountability group. But I signed up and I got the Shakeology and I used it for the first time on Monday and it kept me full for
Nice.
a good amount of time. I
Yeah,
was like,
it
"Oh,
does.
yes."
Mhm.
And I forgot to add my spinach to it. I
That it'll make
added
you even fuller adding the spinach.
yes,
Yeah.
because I added, I think I added spinach. No, I didn't add spinach. I'm sorry. I just said I didn't. No, I didn't. It was, peanut butter
Okay.
and I think that was in ice in the protein shake. So it was
Mhm.
good and it lasted for a long time. So that is definitely something that I want to do more of. So when
Mhm.
it comes to like planning your meals, do you like set a time in the like on the weekend or anything to plan your meals for the week ahead? Or do you just have a system of what you know that you're going to eat every week?
At this point, I have a system, but when I was first starting out, I definitely like Sunday well, usually Saturday was the day where I would, like, write out the meals so that we could do the grocery shopping.
Hmm.
Um, and then or just, like I don't know, did I write down the meals on Saturdays? Maybe I just made a grocery list on Saturdays
Okay.
shopped, and then Sundays were the days that I then, like, wrote out the meal plan for the week.
Okay.
Um, and I wanna say even before then, it was, like, focusing on 2 to 3 days. So not even trying to do
Mm,
a full week because that could become overwhelming. So,
yeah.
like, if I'm doing it on Sunday, try to plan out Monday through Wednesday, and
Mm,
then on, like, Wednesday, then I can plan out Thursday through Saturday.
that makes sense. And that makes it less overwhelming too.
Mhm,
To just think about a few days ahead, like making the list, like you said, for the groceries, like, you have the food, but
mhm,
planning the meals a few days. And
yeah.
then after those few days, or right before the next few days and plan. That's a good plan. I like that. I like your system, Christian. That is very smart.
I
I love
try.
that. Yes. So, what are some of your favorite ways to practice actually, no, let me ask you this question first. Can you share your perspective? I mean, you shared some of it already, but if is there anything else that you will want to share as far as why you think it's important for moms to take their overall well-being seriously and make it a top priority?
Mhm. The biggest reason is because our kids are watching us. Like,
Mhm.
if they don't see us creating healthy habits for ourselves, they don't learn the importance of it.
Mm,
Um,
so true.
So, like I said earlier, I started my journey after I had my oldest son. Within like he was probably around 6 months old. So like he's only ever known this healthy version of me.
Oh, I love
And he knows. Like I wake up, he's like, "Oh, mommy, you're about to go work out?" Like he knows. And he's like, "Oh, are you about to make your shake?"
oh.
So the fact that I've modeled that for him, it's not being seen as any negative thing for him. Like, it's not, "Mommy thinks that she's gained weight, so she has to work out." He
Mm,
knows, like, I work out so that I can be healthy, and he
yeah.
knows, like, "You're working out so you can be happy," and I'm like, "Absolutely." So,
Aw.
just modeling that for our kids is so important, because they do what we do, not what we say.
Mhm.
So, I
Oh,
think
so
that
true.
that's the most important reason.
Yes. Oh my god, that's so good. They are watching all the
Always.
time. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Even when you don't think they're watching, they are
Mhm.
watching. I love that. Yeah, that's definitely a good core thing to keep you going, like you said earlier too. So, like you make your kids the top priority and everything else, make them the top motivating reason to get to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. So, what are some of your favorite ways to practice self-care other than exercise and eating healthy?
Reading. I love, love, love just getting lost in a book. Like,
Yeah,
it's so my happy place, and I'm just sad because I haven't read in so long,
I
like,
know.
just for enjoyment.
Mhm.
But it definitely, like, I could easily just sit down and read multiple chapters at a time, and also, my second one would be writing.
Mhm.
When I'm going through anything that's because I'm not a verbal processor. So if I'm going through something that I'm struggling to process with, like journaling, writing poetry, anything that helps me to just figure out what's going on in my head.
Yeah. Oh, same. I I love books. Do you like fiction books or nonfiction the most?
I like fiction the most. In the last few years, I've really have loved Christian fiction.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Okay. What's one of your favorite Christian fiction books?
So my favorite author is Karen Kingsbury,
Okay.
and she has a series called The Baxters, and it was like 40 something books in the series, and I finished that series last year.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and then I also really love Francine Rivers.
Yeah. Danielle has talked about Francine
Yes.
Rivers
Yeah.
before. I'll have to check it out.
If you decide to check her out, start with Redeeming Love. That book
I'm
is
gonna
something
do it.
else. Like, it's so good, and there's a movie that they just came out with last year.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out. Okay. I'm making a mental note of that.
Yes.
Okay. So can you just please tell the audience about the accountability group that you have to help people that desire to have a healthy lifestyle?
Yeah. So I am a body formerly known as Beachbody partner. It used to be called Beachbody Coach. So now it's called Body Partner. And when you sign up for Body, you get an accountability partner. So if you sign up through somebody, then they're automatically your partner. If not, you're assigned somebody. And so I run an accountability group through the Body app. And in that group, we just encourage one another, post our workouts, say things that are like, sometimes we'll set a goal for the month and then check in with each other weekly, like how we're doing towards that goal. Just a place to just like spread joy, encouragement, hold one another accountable.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that I enter your handles and everything in the show notes for everybody. But do you want to just let everybody know what your Instagram page is or any other socials?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Facebook, I am Christian Radford Price. Instagram and TikTok, let me make sure I say it right. It's fitmama.20.22. So it's the years that my sons were born.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, and I'll make sure I will have it in there in the show notes. So make sure you follow Christian on social because she is so just relatable, authentic, encouraging. You have definitely got me out of some funks that I've been in.
Aw.
And so keep going, girl, because what you're doing is working. I just think it's special when you take the time to encourage other moms, other women, because sometimes we feel like we're alone in our
Yeah.
journeys and that
Mhm.
nobody understands. And when it comes to working out, sometimes that can be the one thing that you just are like, I just don't have the energy. I'm going through all
Mhm.
of these things and I just don't have the energy. And when you see someone like yourself who is continuing to push forward, because then you like did you break your ankle or
Oh,
sprain?
no, no. I sprained it.
But
Yeah.
still, like you got up and you continue to just push forward with your routine, and things like that is something that we need to see, because and it doesn't have to always look pretty. Like sometimes, like if I got something going on with my leg or with my foot, my ankle, but I'm gonna keep pushing because
Mhm.
I care about myself and I love myself. And I just think that you're teaching us to love ourselves the same. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank
Make sure
you.
you follow Christian because she's amazing.
Thanks,
So
Sheila.
you're welcome. I thank you so much for taking the time to share your wisdom and your encouragement. I pray that this is not the last time that you'll be on the podcast.
Yeah, me too. I would love to be back on.
Okay, awesome. So please share this episode with any other mom that you think would enjoy this encouragement. And until next time, remember to keep your cool, mama. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.